How to share Google Calendar step by step. Hello everyone and welcome back. In today's video, I'll be showing you guys all the different ways that you can share your calendar, including how you can share it with specific people, how you can share permissions, share single events, share with a public link, or embed your calendar into a website. So let's get started. Now, to get started, the most straightforward way for you to share your calendar with a specific person, that person could be your assistant, could be a friend, could be a family member. All you have to do is open up your Google Calendar. Now, when you open up your Google Calendar on the left, you will see a separate display for tasks, birthdays, and then your default calendar, which is going to be by the name of your Google account. So for us, it's called Lily. Now you're going to click on these three dots and then click on Settings and Sharing. Once you do that, you will see the name of your calendar. And if you click on Access Permissions for Events, you can customize the basic permissions that people have. So you can choose to get a shareable link for a particular event. So if I click on over here, click on OK, this will make all of my calendar public and it will make all of my events in my calendar public. So everyone would know what events I would be attending. However, this makes it a bit more open. However, if you're more private, you can click on Share with People or Groups. Now, if I want, I can click on Share with People or Groups, and I'm going to add this person over here, and then I can choose different permissions. If I want the other person to only be able to see my free/busy time and hide the details of my events, I can set that permission. If I want them to be able to access all of my event details, I can set that permission up as well. If I want them to have the ability to make changes to my event or make changes and manage the settings for my events, I can also choose to do that. The bottom two options usually are reserved for a assistant or someone that you trust that is going to handle your calendar or your timings or your bookings for you. So let's say I want to share the entirety of all of my event details, and then I'm going to click on Send. Now, this person has been added to my calendar. So if I go back into my settings, currently my calendar is empty. I'll add a couple of things. So I'll just add a meeting here, and then I will add a launch event tomorrow like this. So this is my calendar right now. Now, if I go ahead, this is my account, which is the account that we created as the other person that has been added to the calendar. So I can click on other calendars and we can actually import the calendar or view the calendar from here. We would have multiple calendars anyways, but the easiest way to access it would be via mail. So I'm going to open up Gmail, and whoever is the person that shared their calendar with you, you can click on Add this calendar. So the other person would just click on Add this calendar. And now the events for Lily Davis's calendar have been added into my other account. So you guys can see the email is displayed on the bottom left, and the meeting and the launch event are now being displayed. You guys can see that Lily Davis has marked their calendar as green, and it's going to show up as green in my calendar. I can pick or designate a certain color to the other embedded calendar. And this is how you can share your calendar with one specific person or a group of people. Now, if you want to share your calendar a bit more publicly and customize your permissions, simply go back into settings on the top right, or you can also click on your calendar on the right. So if you go into your general settings over here, you can see you have all of your basic settings, and then below that you have all of your individual calendars listed. Then when you click on the calendar, you're going to have permissions. So I added that person to have the ability to see all the event details. So this is my Tima account, and in my Tima account, I can see the details of the events. If I click on it, I can see when it's at, what are the details. However, if I change the permissions as Lily, so I'm going to go back into my Lily account, and we're going to set this up as see only free or busy details. Now these permissions have been saved. Now, if I refresh my page over here, you guys can see because it has been marked as free, it's showing me everything is free. However, if I go back as Lily and block out that time as busy, it would be marked as busy. Moving on, if you have multiple people you want to share with, you can share it with multiple people with different types of permissions. So one person might have the ability to only view your free or busy times. One person might have the ability to view all event details. Now, however, if you are looking to make your calendar more public, then you can go into the first option right under a calendar, which is access permission for events. You can click on get shareable link and you're going to have to make your calendar public. Once you do that, you can click on get a shareable link and you can share this link. You can click on see only free/busy or see event details. So you can allow the public if they want to see all of your event details, or if you only want public display of your calendar to be limited to your free or busy times. Then you can share this calendar onto websites as well, which I will be discussing later on in this video. Now, other than that, you can also proceed into integrating other people's calendars and integrating your own different calendars. So if you scroll down right under your notifications, you have integrate calendar. So you can embed this code and add your calendar into different spaces, including your Shopify store or your Google site website, whatever it might be. You even have your public URL, which you can share or embed your website via code or HTML. However, if you're someone that wants to share a single event, so I don't want my entire calendar to be made public. Instead, let's say we have a event on the 5th of February, okay? So we're going to add the event first. Let's say this is going to be a perfume launch, and then we're going to add it as an event. I can add a time as well. Let's say it's going to be starting at 6 and it's 6 till 10, or even further. Let's say it's 6 till 12. And then we can proceed if it is a repetitive event. If there are any guests, we can add those guests as well. But I'm not going to add any guests so I can show you guys. But we have the Google Meeting, location, description, or your calendar default. Then you're going to click on more options and you have guest permission. So you can customize the guest list or the sharing of your calendar event by viewing the guest list if you want guests to be able to invite others, or if they are not able to invite others, or if they can modify the event or not. So if you allow the modifications permissions, they would automatically be able to invite others and see the guest list. If you only want them to have permissions to view the event, they can only view the event. Now, if I click on this, I can see we have the entire event. I can click on these three dots and I can click on publish event. Once I click on publish event, you can use this code on your site so visitors can add a copy of this event to their Google Calendar. So what this does is that instead of having to add people as guests, you can simply copy this link or code, and when someone clicks on that link, this event would be saved in their calendar as a individual event rather than being added as a guest. The event is shared, but still it's not going to be marked as their event, or they're not going to be added as guests. Now, if you're someone that wants to include this in your site, simply head on over to Google Sites or any other website that you are building, and you're going to simply add a code or liquid block. So on the right, I'm going to go into insert. And once I go into insert, we have embed. Once I do that, I have embed code, and I'm going to go into my calendar, and I want to embed my entire calendar. So I'm going to click on settings over here. Once I click on settings, I'm going to go into my Lily calendar, click on integrate calendar. I have this code, and I'm going to copy the embed code, go into my website, paste it over here, click on next, and click on insert. And just like that, our calendar has been inserted, and I can expand this as well. So this is how you can share your Google Calendar in multiple different ways. I hope you guys found this video helpful. If you did, make sure to leave a like and subscribe.